Hamstring kicks. For the hamstring kick, all you're gonna do is find an object like a wall or a tree to balance against. You're gonna lean into it just a little bit, and with the outside leg, you're going to kick it up as high as possible, and you're gonna do that as fast as you can without running out of breath, 4 reps. You're gonna start low if you're less advanced, but the more advanced you're gonna get, you're gonna kick higher and higher till you're kicking above your head. Donkey kick. So for the donkey kick, all you need is something to balance. You're gonna start with a bent leg, but your goal is to get your foot as high up behind you as possible. Don't externally rotate, so make sure your toes are not pointed outward when you do it. You want them to point forward or toward the ground and heel up to the sky. You should feel a stretch here, and you should feel your glutes working. Deep split squat. For the deep split squat, all you're gonna do is go to a nice forward split position, keep the back leg as straight as possible, and you're gonna bend down to your knee, goes past your toe. If you can't quite do this and it's very difficult, it's okay if the front heel lifts up, but you might want to raise your foot onto an elevated surface like a chair. But once you're all the way down here, the goal is mostly just to feel the stretch in the hip flexor in the back leg. If you want to raise the level of difficulty, add weight to it, and you're just going to be doing this 4 reps. Single leg RDL. For the single leg RDL, you're gonna pick a working leg and a balancing leg. Your working leg stays perfectly straight, and your balancing leg, you're just gonna put your toe on the ground, but keep it light on the ground. Keep your back flat, and then hinge forward at the hips till you feel a stretch through your hamstrings. And then you're gonna lift yourself back up without using your back leg to assist. So you should feel your hamstrings and your glutes flex. If you wanna make it a little bit more advanced, go ahead and grab some weights, and you're gonna do the same thing where you let the weights pull yourself down into the stretch, keep the back flat, and use the hamstrings to lift yourself all the way up. And that is that. Active front split. For your active front split, all you're going to do is go down as if you're going into the splits, but you're gonna stop and you're gonna flex your hamstring and your hip flexor. It's harder if you straighten the legs. If you have a connective tissue disorder like EDS, keep those bent, but otherwise, all you're gonna do is go as low as you can. Lower is harder, higher is easier. You can use an object to balance as well. Passive front split. So for the passive front split, it's kind of a scary name. If you can't do the splits, that's fine. You don't have to be able to do your splits just yet. All you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your lunging position, and you're gonna straighten this front leg like this, and you're gonna reach it as far forward as you can. Ideally, you're gonna feel a stretch in your hip flexor and one in your hamstring, just like so. And you're gonna hold this for time. It might be a little bit easier if you keep your hands on the ground. Just make sure that your toes are not pointed out to the side and your hip is not opening. You wanna keep it pointed directly forward like this. The more advanced you get, the lower down you're gonna go until you finally have a touchdown, and you're gonna hold this for